Hi there, Beckie Belote from Newport News, Virginia, and I am a creative memories advisor. So I talk about creative memory stuff because I really like it and I really love it and I play with it all the time. So today is Tip Tuesday, and I am going to talk to you today about the piece by piece punch. It's like 3 punches in one because you get 3 punches for the price of 1 punch. When these first came out, I thought, how genius. I mean, creative people are going to be able to put together all kinds of things from all of these little pieces. But then I started thinking, everybody's not creative. So it would be really nice to show non-creative people what to do with these punches. And so that's what I'm going to do because they really are kind of cute. And I kind of just stumbled across some of these ideas while I was putting together my daughter's wedding invitations. I was doing little belly bands and I needed little hearts, of course, for the belly bands on the invitations. And I noticed some really cool things that we could do with them. So I'm going to talk about that. Before I do, for those of you that have been waiting for the Mirrored Triangles Border Maker cartridges, they are back in stock. So go check them out. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what we can do with these piece by piece punches. All right, so like I said, there are 3 of them, and I've made some ideas with all of them. I made this idea right here with this little guy that kind of looks like a nose. Makes a great lobster tail, by the way. But what if you're not creative and you just want to make a cool border? So I hope you like this. You're probably thinking, look at the spacing. She probably took forever. That's what I'm here today to show you, is how it doesn't have to take forever. All of these, you can do really cool, fast borders. All right, this one, it looks like a star. To me, it's a little better than a star because it almost looks like a starfish. So you can do stars and starfish, and I'm going to show you how to do this so that they're perfect, just like this. All right, this one I did with this because, again, I wanted just the hearts when I was making those belly bands for my invitations. And so all of these little scraps I didn't need, and I was just kind of throwing them away. And when I finished, what I found was really cool patterns. So this is what I was doing to begin with. And after I cut them, I'm like, wow, I like the way that looks. So I turned it into a border. All right. By the way, I'm using the stamping blade on the edge. They call it the stamping blade because it mimics the edge of a postage stamp. But the stamping blade actually will give you 2 cuts. So that's another thing that you get 2 looks from just one tool. So if you don't have the stamping blade, you should get that. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So this is the actual stamping look here. And over here, what we have is the trash, the piece that falls out. It has kind of a wavy look. So notice on this one, all the hearts are straight up. So that's one look. This one, I alternated heart up, heart down for a totally different look. All right, one more I want to show you before I show you how you can get this spacing really fast. And that is this guy. This one is pretty much the same. It's the star one, but I took the trash and kind of flipped it and put them back in, but not right in. Kind of put them at angles to kind of give you a different look there. All right, and I did, let's see, have one more. This one that I kind of did a roundabout look. I thought that would be a really cute embellishment down on the bottom of a page. So let me show you these strategies real fast. The first thing I need you to remember is that when you're using these punches, I recommend that you cut 2-inch strips. Now, there are ways to do narrower strips and save your paper, but not easier to do that. So I'm teaching with 2-inch strips. All right. So what you do is you put your piece of paper in any of these punches so that it is level. So in other words, I'm going to pull the paper until it is level with the edge of the punch. All right. That's my first punch. All right. The next one, what I'm going to do, once you do that, your little legs of the star, the only one that's perpendicular to the edge is this one. This is tilty, tilty, tilty. This one's straight over. So I'm going to level with that one. So I'm going to put it in. I'm going to slide it up until it is right, splitting that arm right down the middle. And that way I can do this very fast all the way down. So if you want a nice wide strip, you would leave this piece of paper just the way it is. You would mat it on a different color so that the color pops through those stars. See how fast that is? The stars that you're cutting out, you might want to put them in a little container Oops, I shouldn't have gone that last one. You might want to put these in a little container because they're great little scraps. You can stack them on top of each other to make little flowers or asteroids or whatever you want to call them. But a nice little scrap. But don't go too far. I should have stopped on that one. All right, so the next one, again, I need a 2-inch strip. And I'm going to show you where I stop on the heart one. All right, so again, same strategy. Put it in, slide it down until it's level with the punch. Do your first punch. Then, for your next one, you're going to level up. So I'm going to slide in until I match half of that heart. So half the heart is in, half the heart is out. All right, and I can just go very quickly like that. If you want to alternate like I did, same strategy. Just flip it over, level up with the half of the heart on this side. All right, and then you can go back and forth. Whatever you want. Is that cool? All right, and again, once you mat it on a piece of paper, then you can see how pretty that looks. All right, let's do one more. I want to show you what I lined up with this guy. So let's get another 2-inch strip. Put it in, level it up to the edge. Do your first cut. For your next cut, what I did is I lined it up with, all right, so I'm going to let you see. So there goes the first little, there's 3 little sections here. There goes the first, there goes the second. So I just have just a piece, like a half a heart sticking out there. All right, so I didn't go in the middle. I covered up, there's an actual line that I'm lining up with. All right, and we see that. And again, you could alternate if you want to. If you want some of them down here, you could do that if you want to. I'm going to do 3 that way. Let's say I do 3 this way. Let's say if I do 3 this way. Very fast, huh? All right. Actually, I need a 4th. Looks like I didn't do 3. Looks like I lined up with something different on those. I'm not sure what I did. It looks like I changed my strategy. But you want to keep your strategy if you want it to look really good. So if you want, like let's say you don't want it this wide. We did that because it's easy and center. But if you wanted to narrow it, do it afterwards. So just make sure you line up, like I like to line up with the edge of my mat strip if I'm going to narrow it. So let's say I do that. Do the same thing over here. And that way I know it's still centered, but it's just a narrower strip. And then let's say I wanted to mat this on color. All right, so let's show you how I would do that fast. Ooh, look at all these scraps. You want to put those in a good place. Those are good scraps. I'm going to grab my repo so that I don't have to pay attention to the holes. I just throw it on there. All right, give yourself some space on each side. All right. Then what I'm going to do, I'm going to add that stamping blade in. If you want your stamping blade to actually behave like the stamp edge, then you want to put your logo from the blade so that it is facing the logo on your trimmer, okay? All right, then what I'm going to do is I am going to line up this white border with the front side of this mat strip. All right, so on the left side of your mat strip. And that way, when I cut, when I do the other side, I have this, I know exactly where I'm cutting. So that white is lined up with the edge of the mat strip here. And that way, you can see that the amount sticking out is exactly the same on both sides. So I hope you like that. Actually, I like the way this came out. I'm not really sure what I did, but it came out good. All right, so that takes care of that. The last thing I want to show you, you will need a 2.5 square piece of paper, 2.5 square. And so I'm going to go to here. Oops. Want straight blade. If I want to do that, I can do that later. So 2.5 by 2.5. All right, and on this one, I tried this little punch. So what I did is I just kind of centered it in the hole. And by centering, I didn't bring out any measure. I just kind of looked at the same amount, looked like it was sticking out on both sides. And then I did that on all 4 sides very quickly. This clearly was not the same measurement that I did before. Do I like it? Not at all. This is a total disaster. So if it wasn't 2.5, what was it? Huh. Where is my little square? It is not 2.5. Yes, it is. It is 2.5. So why didn't that work? Oh, I know what I did. I know what I did. Let me try that again. Let me cut another 2.5. Sometimes I do things and I don't remember what I did. But we're going to fix this so that you can do it right. And if I had been more careful, that design actually might not have been too bad. All right. But what I did, guys, is I did center it. I did center it in the middle. But then I pulled it back so that it appeared that the humps of these hearts right here were kind of level. Not too level because you might miss. But here's the edge of my paper I can see. So I kind of pulled it closer to the edge. So that's centered. Pulled it out till it was closer to the edge. See, even I make mistakes. Actually, I probably make more mistakes than you because I'm always doing stuff like this. It's like, this gives me peace when I sit here and work on things. So there it is. And then you would mat that on a piece of paper like this and then cut around it using the same strategy I just shared with lining it up, lining each of these white edges to the matte strip there. Okay? So, I hope you like that. Mistakes and all. And I appreciate you following me. By the way, if you don't follow me on YouTube, please follow me. Up in the top right corner, there's a place to subscribe. And that way you'll get all my videos. Thanks so much. And we'll see you next Tuesday. Bye.